is Daf Yomi Yerushalmi Kilayim. The article is the edition. We are on Daf Lamed Hey Amud Aleph, starting a new parak, Karachas HaKerem. In the Vilna edition, we're also starting a new parak, coincidentally enough, Karachas HaKerem, which is on Daf Yud Ches on the base. Karachas HaKerem. The Sham is named Esrim V'Arba Amos. If you want to make a bald spot in your kerem, it has to be 24 amos in order to plant something else. So in Shesh Amma Beisil says 16 amos suffices. Machola kerem, so that is a Mesh has actually explained this, what exactly things are. Machola kerem, it sounds like a circle in a kerem, but we'll see. Shama Shesh Amma, the Shama says 6 amos, and someone Shtemis Amma. Okay, is a karachas kerem? What is a karachas kerem? Kerem shechar be'emto, a kerem which got a bald spot in the middle. Im ein sham eshesh le'ama lo yavi zera acher. There isn't 6 namas, which is according to Beisil, you can't plant something else there. Hashem shesh le'ama, if there is 6 namas, no sinila avodosa, you give it avoda, presumably 4 amas on each side, and then you can plant the remainder, which is going to be 8 by 8. Ezu mocha kerem. What's a mocha kerem? It's not actually a circle. It's been a kerem will go there between the kerem and a fence. Im ancient shemus amma lo yivish Yerushalmi. Again, according to Beisil, if there aren't 12 amos there, you can't plant anything else there. Ancient shemus amma. There's 12 amos. No sin avodosa. You get 4 amos. Some mosa, you can plant the remaining 8 amos. If you don't matter, ain't ze ela geder kerem. No, that's something else. That's called geder kerem. A is a mocha kerem. What's mocha kerem? Bein shnei krumim. We have between 2 vineyards. Those who go there, what is considered to be a fence for either the mochel or geder kerem, geder shu gavoa asar tvachim. A fence is just 10 tvachim high. The charitz, the same law applies by a charitz, by a trench. What's the size of the trench? Shu amak asar v'achav arba. It's got to be at least 10 deep and 4 tvachim wide. Says Gemara, I might be on the karachas kerem who kerem shechorav. The karachas kerem and kerem shechorav are the same concept. What's the difference? Karachas kerem makrichin also memtzo. The karachas kerem, the kolcha is in the middle. Kerem shechorav makrichin also mikot stodav. Kerem shechorav is different in that it is kereach on all sides. And as Pnei Moshe explains here, in the first time of the koile hacha, shein karachas, why is it called karachas? Apparently come on, whereas later on, the next paragraph, Stam Kerem Shecharav talks about Kerem Shecharav, Kerem which became desolate. But Ava Karachas Kerem Shecharav, they're both the same thing, right? Karachas also Kerem Shecharav. Lefil Kamar, so therefore it says the hacha shaycha lishna the karachas pishmakricha so beemtza. The bald spot in the middle. Shchur beemtza kerem. Kecharash karachas beemtza, just like a bald spot in the middle of the head. V'achim maridina the masnisin. That's what the mentions about. She started finding me that starting when there are grapevines left on all sides. Avachas kerem shcharav ain't paid ladina, but kerem shechorav, a kerem which became desolate. There's we don't have the same concerns, the same restrictions. It's we're talking about a minimal size, a minimal kerem. You can get 10 trees, 10 vines in a beisah. So it doesn't matter then if the korach is in the middle or not. And we can also go to having it stunning. You start asking for him. Common rage back. He'll knock at stam kerem shechorav. In other words, karachas kerem is in the middle. Kerem shechorav is when they have a large space with a very, very scattered grapevines, and there is empty space in the middle of that kerem somewhere. Not necessarily specifically in the middle, but on one side or another. Okay, so it says the Gemara further. Rabbi Yosef Usheba mimata kerem gadol. This is assuming that initially there was a large kerem over there. Kerem came from a small kerem, ain't a karachas kerem. And the stock is said to be Akarachas hakerem, if it started off small. And I think we might have a picture here. I'm not sure. Let's see. We have a picture in the arts um, in the Chaim, but we do have pictures in the Arts Grove. Um, uh, this Karachas a Kerem, which comes from Kerem Gadol. In other words, yeah, you have a gap in the middle where it got balded, but on each side there's still a Kerem left. So there's still a Kerem each side, and therefore all the halachas we're talking about here apply this Karachas a Kerem. Because you have actually six and only five, six and only five, and that would be Karachas a Kerem, and those halachas would apply. But in the case where it comes from a Kerem cotton, like this. So now, after you're said and done, you don't have a camera on either side. There's only three and only three. You need five. So in this case, you only mark 6 flachim. You don't have 4 amos. So our mission is talking about the chakos, and our mission is talking about kerem come from kerem gadol, where a kerem still remains afterwards. But the kerem cotton, then there's karachas eliminates the same kerem, and it's not a karachas a kerem. It's a few grapevines, among which there's a larger area. In this exterior in Reb Chaim, you can see the there is there's not this tier for dealing with, but I just want to use it because you see you can have at the four corners you have in each on the bottom and top you have a carrot of 5, right? So that would also be a keren. You don't necessarily need 2 complete rows. You have Shnaim Kneg Shnaim Bechad Yotzei Zonov on the top corner, on the bottom corner, on both sides. So that also be keren gadol. Okay, I just want to point out that. Again, that's pictures, not the pictures relevant to our discussion here, but we get that idea that leaving a keren on all sides. Okay. Today we learned Eitzach Rachas HaKerem. Kerem shtun chara b'emtzius so v'nishtar bo k'dei kerem. You have a kerem which got destroyed in the middle, but it's still a kerem surrounding it. It doesn't matter the precise scenario, whether it's on 4 sides or 3 sides or even on 2 sides. Like we saw in the first picture. It's still considered to be a kerem on both sides. That's called karachas kerem. Hechavida. Now, how does this work? Now, this hechavida works out best according to the Shari Torah's Eretz Yisrael. The way he learns is hechavida shova shurin, achamesh shova shurin. You have 7 rows. I mean shova of 7 vines. Nasav chad kamin ki. You take one out, like an X, coffee bunnies, so which is like an X, and is arba karmin. You get left with 4 karmin. The benayim and 4 in betweens. Nasav chachorin. If you take away another one, is tamot tlasa karmin. You have 3 karmin between benayim and 2 between them. Nasav chad choron. If you take a third one, is tamot train karmin b'chad benayim. So he says in all these cases still could be karachas hakerem. And the way he explains it, according to, just want to point out that according to the way the way Reb Chaim points out is perhaps more conventional, but but it doesn't use kamin ki. But so those are the pictures according to the Reb Chaim. I don't want to get into them right now. I want to use the Shari Torah's pictures because he changed the gear so it's kamin ki. Otherwise, where ki is superfluous, and you probably will take it out. So here, the way he does it like this. Over here, that's the first picture. You take out kamin ki, eliminate that, And now you have crumbing left on all four sides. Um, you have 4 crumbing and 4 benayim. If you do another one, you have 3 crumbing and 2 benayim. The third one, you have 2 crumbing and 1 benayim. Not sure how he's doing with the benayims here. But anyway, this is the way the first surah is. You're going left with crumbing on all sides. X in the middle, left with crumbing on all sides. In the second picture, you do double X, then you're left with crumbing on 3 sides. Because look at the top of the picture, it's your base. There's only four trees over there, 4 grapevines. So there's no kerem on the top. In the third picture, you eliminate the kerem on the top, only 2 grapevines there, on the side over here. You also have 2 grapevines. But there are grapevines over here. There's a kerem over here and a kerem over there. So that's a kerem from 2 sides. Problem is the number. How do you learn the word being 9? So you have the X. You have 4 benayim, and the second one you have 2 benayim. Then you have chad benayim. I know what he's trying to say. I'm not sure how to say it. Hold on, pause this for a second. Okay, I'm still not 100% sure. What benayim means point game. But 4 benayim means each of these strips is separate. Right? Because each one is surrounded by kerem. So each one on both sides. So each one has to be separate. Here, there's no kerem over here on the top. So therefore you have 3 crumbing, right? 1, 2, 3. And train benayim. And you have 2 benayim because 2 of them have crumbing on both sides, and this one doesn't, the top one. The top 2 don't have crumbing on both sides, so they're not considered to be benayim. And here you have 4 crumbing and 1 benayim, meaning that there are there are 2 crumbing and 1 benayim. None of them. One of them, this one, is surrounded by 2 crumbing. The rest of them are not. So here you have 4 among crumbing. Here you have 2 among crumbing. Top ones are not among 2 crumbing. And here you have one benayim. Down here, this is the only one among crumbing. The other ones are not among crumbing. That's the way he's learning it. Again, according to Reb Chaim, it's very different. He says that he learns it with 7 by 5, not 7 by 7. And then you're taking out the middle 3. Okay, I don't want to do it with Reb Chaim. Let's go straight to so Reb Chaim is going to be too difficult for us for tonight, too complicated. Let's just keep it Shai Torah Yisro, and that brings us, I think, to uh, the two dots on the above. So we'll stop here.